Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to my Let's Caffeinate and Create live with MJ. Super excited to be here this morning. Happy Sunday, January 5th, 2025. And I have to apologize. I spelled bokeh incorrectly in my announcement yesterday. However, it's how you pronounce it, so that's what I went with. It has an EH at the end, not an AH, but it is pronounced bokeh. So it is actually a photography technique, in case you didn't know that. So, which they put to paper, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I wanted to share a whole lot of thanks to all of you for your genuine support for my new journey. I'm very excited what 2025 is going to bring me to share with all of you. Let me talk slower or have another sip of coffee. Still working on my first cup. So a lot of craziness going on in the other room. Obviously, I got a lot of stuff I have all over the floor. Oh, I'm coming up with a lot of things, trying to clean. I posted this on my regular Facebook personal page yesterday. A shot of me sitting on the floor with stacks and stacks of paper and just stuff. I'm emptying things out and restocking them, but I'm going through everything and getting rid of things that I no longer need or want. So it is going to be a very interesting process because, well, let's see why I can't see who's popping on here. Who's that? Hey, Cheryl, welcome. So that is what I got going on. A lot of cleaning, a lot of finding my floor again. I found albums that I was going to do something with traditional scrapbooking, even a whole bunch of paper and whatnot. And I think it was stuff also left from an album I did for one of my BFFs. Patty needed an album made for, I believe her brother-in-law was in the Navy, I believe. And I did a Navy album for him. Wow, I'm struggling with the words this morning. And I bought one to do a Marine album, which I never did anything with. So, because my stepson was in the Marines. Hey, Lori. And I have an album and it's gorgeous. And I'm probably going to sell it with all the bits and pieces that go along with it. And there's another album I found that I'm probably going to sell. And I found that album, How Sad, that kind of has been falling apart. So I need to put some good glue to it and take that with me when I go to my next retreat. Yay, in a couple weeks. No frills, just doing my own thing, enjoying some time with fellow crafters and friends. And that's going to be great. So I look forward to that. I will be sharing with you that class that I had planned. It was going to be a Stamp-A-Stack, and then I made other decisions. So, and I want to give credit to the designer. I kind of cased her layouts, and I have her name here somewhere. Her name is Mary Ann Cohen, and she is from, hold tight, I can't read my own handwriting. Pinery Paper Crafts. Like, what is that word? So Marianne Cohen, and this was from when we had the other beautiful butterfly product with the beautiful paper and all that fun stuff several years ago. So, which I came across that paper and all of the product that I still have. So I'm excited about that. She, at that time, was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Not sure if she still is, but I decided to case, which some of you may not know what that means. It's copy and share everything. And it's such a compliment to other crafters, whether Stampin' Up! Demonstrators and or whatever kind of craft you like to create. If you're copying any portion, even if it's just the layout, the concept, whatever, it's nice to give credit to those people because they work hard in creating those designs. And if they case them as well, hopefully they're doing the same thing and giving credit where credit is due, because it's really difficult at times when you're having that brain fog and or creative, your mojo's off. And it's nice to have the opportunities to look at tons and thousands and thousands of ideas out there that you can look at and get measurements. Who was it that had a a survey or a question for you to participate in. Janet Wakeland had yesterday or the day before. What are your favorite things or something? How do you craft? And there goes that pesky squirrel. Grr. And one was, do you need complete measurements to be able to copy someone? Are you able to eyeball the design and kind of guesstimate? Or are you one that also like needs a full instructions like PDF to be able to do boxes and bags and all those other things? So I'm 2 and 3, which is I'm able to case something. Granted, I'll take measurements if you got it, and I'll do it just as is if I have the product to do it. But I like to look at something and kind of make it my own using different product, or trying to figure out measurements. Sometimes it's difficult, and I'm sure I'm not completely on point with the measurements if I'm looking at someone else's design and they don't supply that information. But I definitely need some serious help with box math. Thank you, Celine, for trying to walk me through that at times. Please be sure to comment and all that good stuff. Hopefully I'm in the right spot. I do need to share this on over to my group. I just thought about that because that does not do copy link. Let's share to my group. Sorry about this. I should have done this already. In my little, oh yeah, we're not that name anymore, so it takes me a minute to figure out where I'm at. Okay, so comment, like, share, whatever. I'm here to share creativity. So the more people that are here commenting, hitting the like button, following me, whatever the case is, the more people I can reach out to and inspire their creativity. So no longer in sales. So good morning. Thanks for commenting and thanks for being here. I just want to do this to bring inspiration to others. And if you take my ideas and do it for a class, if you're in this for the business, great. And if you don't, that's okay too. I just really want to continue to craft and be that person. So cheers to my caffeine that I highly need this morning. So I'm going to flip us all down to the work area and I'll take my sip of coffee. Oh, I almost hit the finish button. We're going to do a little reverse with the camera. Got my little thing covered and we're going to hope this flips right because my daughter has been doing her YouTube, revamping her YouTube channel with all of her makeup and fun stuff that she does. And we're going to hope that it looks like we're in a good position with my my camera. So hopefully we're good. Sorry, in and out of video. Was switching devices. Oh, no, happy you're here. Thank you. So let me just push this back a little and hope that we're good. Get this out of the way so you don't have to see my iPad. All right, so this is the beautiful butterfly suite. Let me situate my feet on my mat down or my footstool below. I tend to be sitting the way I did. I keep saying this, and I guess I don't need to repeat myself every video, but those of you that don't know, I had plantar fasciitis and actually had torn, I'm just going to add a piece of paper here for now, torn my plantar fascia a little bit last year. And it was right around this time of year, and I still get some pain. And I went to the gym yesterday and I forgot to stretch and all that good stuff, but that's okay. But I have to remember when I'm out here in my craft room sitting on my quote unquote stool, which is a very comfy bar stool. But it has that round thing where you can put your feet because your feet don't touch the ground. And I tend to, hey Jenny, I tend to rest my foot, like my toes on the top, and then it's like arched all weird. And that is why that tendon gets stretched. And then it's just, and the older we get, we're less elastic. Elasticity within our joints is like almost, it deteriorates, unfortunately. It's not as easy to bounce back. So here I am trying to be conscious of that. So anyway, I want to craft. How about you? So Highland Krog coffee. Yum. It is from the Finger Lakes Coffee Brewing Company. I think that's what it is. And they are located, they actually have a store that you can go to and buy all different kinds of flavors. Even though there's some stuff local in stores, in local markets, stuff like that, you can get, you know, the K-cups or whatever. But I actually went there for a friend, and I had tasted this Highlander Krog at the Highland Tree Farm. It's actually Highland Krog. It doesn't matter. But I tasted it there, and they actually mixed it with hot cocoa. But it has the essence of rum, whiskey, and butterscotch. And I'm telling you, absolutely delicious with my yummy creamer. Hey, Maggie. Hey, Lisa. And that's what I'm on. That's my kick right now. I mean, I still love Jamaican Me Crazy, but this is point on, has the best flavor. It is so, so good. Highly recommended. Delish. Okay. That being said, look at me all prepared and stuff. This hasn't happened in a while, right? Wow. Thank goodness for a little break in between with the holidays. I was able to get out here and actually do some stuff and be prepared. So we'll see if that carries on over into the entire broadcast. This is just something I did while I was watching Jennifer Cotton the other day on New Year's Day. Actually, she was broadcasting and sharing all kinds of fun stuff and creating with I think it's that suite that has the, and I really should have paid mind to this suite because Brett loved Forsythia. It was his favorite because it's so bright and yellow. The first part of spring, it's just so beautiful. And actually Lori was using it in her video this past week as well, or the week prior. This past week, yes, correct, Lori? Gorgeous. The blues, the yellows, and all of that. And it would complement my craft room so much because my craft room is Basic Gray and Daffodil Delight. Yes, Brett actually took samples to the paint store, which you've probably heard this story too, and he came up with, you know, the paint store matched the colors, and he made my room so beautiful with Basic Gray and Daffodil Delight. So I know I'm a purple girl, but there's reasons for gray when you're editing photos and whatnot on your computer, and the yellow complements it so well. It's just like it's almost like the sun shining through a cloudy day in here. It's beautiful, beautiful. So anyway, as I was watching Jennifer the other day in her video, I love watching her. She makes me laugh, along with so many other fellow demonstrators. I shouldn't say fellow demonstrators anymore, Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, as well as other crafters. I love to watch them because of their realness and genuine personalities and what they just have to offer. And thanks, Lisa. Yes, you've been here to see my craft room. I absolutely just love listening to her. She makes me laugh. We connected on stage because I went to her class, and Lisa was there, and Lori was supposed to be, but she was doing more important things that day. Hey, Linda. But anyway, it was wonderful to meet her in person, and then we danced the night away. I had my boot on for my plantar's fascia. We danced and we laughed, and she said the most amazing things to me, and I truly, truly love Jennifer Cotton, amongst others. That journey brought into my life, and I'm so glad that I can still connect with them and be a part of their journey and support their businesses now. So it makes me very happy. So I belong to Jennifer Cotton's Stamp-A-Stack, and I don't have the stamp set she used, and I can't remember what stamp set it was. It was beautiful, floral, gorgeous. Some of you may have it, but anyway, I didn't have it, so I improvised with product I had. And these were her card designs from, of course, this is part of it because she die cut all those, her and her group that does her die cutting for her or helps her with her prep for stuff. But I took different stamps and elements and stuff like that and created what I needed to stamp, or I cut paper. I cut stuff out of the designer series paper, which is a revamp of a paper prior, which you're probably recognizing it. And I got a half pack of that paper 12 by 12 with my club, and embellishments and just amazing stuff. And actually, this was the gift that was inside. So they don't always do gifts, and it may get, you know, far and few between. Hey, Bonnie, cleaning that craft room. I saw your post. You and I are in the same boat. I hope you have a path to walk in and out. Yes, baby steps. If you could have seen me yesterday, but it brought tears to my eyes finding all this amazing stuff. So this was our gift, and I accidentally opened it, and it's held together by a glue dot, but it's supposed to pop open. But I ripped the paper. It has this cute, adorable little tree in there. So she sends little gifts when she can. It's not a monthly thing, and then every 6 months you get a little shopping spree. You pick out what you want. It's like, I think $20, $25, I can't remember. Either way, I got a punch that I had wanted that carried over from the holiday, and the holiday mini, or that is carrying over. So I got that punch, and that made me happy. So I can still get all this fun stuff by being a part of other people's journey. Here's something else that was created. I thought this was the cutest stinking thing. This was in another club kit. It's got like a little sewing thing. How cute is that? Like, all your gifts to people, if you do that kind of stuff, don't have to be, you know, Stampin' Up. You use product to create it, but it's just cute little things. And then this was another one. I just really am totally promoting her right now. How cute is that? Little fun fold with a cute little card in. I guess that's telling you can fit a gift card in there. Just cute stuff. Okay, I got my heater on, and I'm having a hot flash. I'm going through the hot flash phase again, not liking it. And this was another one. You make a difference. I hope your day is filled with joy. So those are some gifts that I received from her. And we get a ton of product, kits, stuff to make 8 cards, 4 cards, 2 of each. So yeah, so that's my spiel about that. But I have to get my hands on what brought me to all of that. The Forsythia stuff. I did paper. I don't care about the stamp set, but the paper is beautiful, and the vellum. So that is because that was Brett's favorite flower, and it's just a necessity for me. Okay, so some of the products I'm using are, well, all the products I'm using are Stampin' Up. Some are you are unable to get until your demonstrator that you choose to purchase from, or if you are a demonstrator yourself, through Stampin' Up, which I am no longer, and I am not. I was able to get these products because I didn't end my demonstratorship until after I pre-ordered. Sneaky, aren't I? No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I got my hands on this butterfly kit, and or the Beautiful Bokeh Suite, and there's the gems and the dies and the stamp set, and then I'm also incorporating the countryside corners because that is what Mary Ann Cohen had used. Something similar. Actually, I think it was this. So this is going to be our first card. And most of these are Z folds. One of the cards I did not, 2 of the cards are my own. The first 2 I'm showing you are cased. The second 2 I'm showing you are my designs. So there's that. So we're going to create that. I've done a lot of die cutting and stuff prior. I will have to get my stamps out. So we are using the Daffodil Delight from Stampin' Up, the Basic White from Stampin' Up. We've got some vellum. We've got a scrap of the Beautiful Bokeh paper. This is for my card. And then we have a Z fold that is 11 by 4 1/4. And it's scored at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Okay, so we will grab our bone folder, and I'll need my ink pad, which I just re-inked. And we are using Memento Basic Black ink, or I'm sorry, Memento Tuxedo ink for this specific card. And I will have to still do some die cutting, and that's okay. So these 2 pieces will get some butterflies cut out of. Let's do our stamping. So we'll grab our stamp set. And hey, Debbie, welcome everyone. Thanks for being here and joining me. Hopefully I give you all inspiration with the cards I'm creating. And You can use these designs at your leisure for whatever you feel like using them for. Create them, make them, use your own product to create something similar. The sky's the limit with this stuff. All right, these stamps are seasoned because I've used them. Hopefully, we're good to go with that. It looks like we got some good coverage. Not really. So I'm gonna bring in my mat here. Well, wait till you see the real big mat that a friend gave me that I was always hesitant to use because it wasn't Stampin' Up! Product, but it's like huge. So I can't wait to share that with you. And that was given to me by Jen Moshe, who has, oh my gosh, we've been friends since I don't know when. It's amazing all the people that come into your life when you have that creative outlet and you're part of things, you know, different communities. It's great. All right, time to celebrate. So the stamping is done. We'll set that aside. A little pointer I wanted to give you with seasoning your stamps is if you have Versamark, which you can find, it's, you know, everywhere. Versamark, you can stamp your stamp, especially photopolymer, there you need to season those stamps in Versamark, and then you can dab it in ink. You don't have to clean it off in between putting the Versamark on. Plus, if you didn't know this, it helps prevent really deep staining of your stamps if you're using red tones. I didn't know if you knew that as well. As long as you clean your stamp immediately after use with those red tones or deeper tones. I know when I use Blackberry Bliss and those deeper tones, a lot of Regals and stuff like that, the ink kind of stays on there and stains my, especially Cherry Cobbler, Real Red, and those types of things. So if you put Versamark on your photopolymer first to season it, then it kind of will create kind of a, what is the word I'm trying to look for? I don't know. Let's keep building while I try to come up with my words. A barrier maybe between the ink and the stamp, so it helps to save your stamp from getting stained. Stained or not, they still work, so it doesn't matter. Okay, 4 by 5 1/4 is this piece of the Daffodil Delight bokeh print. And we're going to put this on the inside of our card. Oops, whoops, sticky, sticky. There will be about 1/8 of an inch border. Again, I've added a disclaimer to this. Yes, I heard that from another demonstrator, so try it out. All right, when I cut this paper, I cut it in sequence so that it would match up. So I want to make sure that I lay those down like that, because when you fold this out, it will kind of flow. I have a tendency to try to do that if the papers are close together in the design. If they're not, I don't really worry about it. So there's that. I wasn't really too keen on the back side of this. Like, I love the back side, but the colors on this, I don't know. I wasn't too sure. And I think you'll see what I'm saying when I die cut the butterflies. So, all right, so my goal here is to make sure when I close this card, this isn't showing through. So it's best to, and I did it backwards, place this on your card inside first. So, oh, did I not cut the big white one out? No, I cut 2 yellow, so we'll have to cut another white. Well, what a goober am I. All right, let's grab a piece of white, and that's not a big deal, right? No, it isn't. I don't think I have any more white that is that size. Let's see in my little stash. All right, I thought I was all on point, but I just got proved wrong. No worries. Just a minor setback. Just have to die cut more stuff instead of just a couple things. No big deal. All right, so we'll find the right size. Open up our handy dandy die cutting machine. And it's going to take me a long time to get out of the all the things. But anyway, All right, Country Corners. And again, this is a Stampin' Up! Product. So you seek out your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and if you don't have one, just search the Stampin' Up! Website for anyone local in your area if you want to be able to stamp with them in person if they have in-person events. So there's that. So we've got that cut, and since I'm here, let's go ahead and also I use Stampin' Storage for my die cuts, and I place them on the Stampin' Storage magnetic sheets. These are really awesome and super durable. They're very, very, you get what you pay for. So, and I think there's six in a pack or 12, I can't remember. I'm actually in search of mine because I know I bought a new pack. All right, so we need butterflies. So we are gonna have to do these separately, and how wonderful that these butterflies are all a mess in my thing because I do need those, but there are 2 of those. That's not what I wanted to say. That's not what I wanted to point out. There are 2 of these butterflies. So I am going to cut these out from this, and I'm going to do 2 different colors. Not that you're really going to see it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to grab my plate. I'm going to cut those out. Now with something so intricate, I'm going to run it through a couple times. There, popped right out of there. Look at that. Got little pieces left in there. All right, so there's that. Fun way to pick that off of your really rough. I'm not going to worry about that. We're still cleaning, so I'll just throw that anywhere. So we've got those 2 butterflies, 2 different colors. Anything that didn't pop out will come out super easy because you ran it through a couple times. And then I want to take you can either use take your pick tool to poke those little pieces out that didn't come out, or you can use your brush end to take your pick tool. I still have the old one. I don't have the attachment to my take your pick tool. So, however, there it is. Okay. All right, and then we're going to do the same and run that through. If y'all have any questions, put them in the comments. If I don't see them, I will get back to you with like if anything you have questions on. So we want 2 of those. We're going to grab, now the vellum is a little thinner than your regular cardstock or your designer series paper. I don't think you need to run it through more than once. So we've got that. Set those aside till I need them again, and I am going to put them in their little packet so I don't lose anything. I know I'm going to have to cut something else, but that's okay. All right, so we did our vellum. So we've got our vellum pieces to layer on the other butterflies. We'll set this aside. Move this down here. Okay, for now. I have to look at the original one, which is right here. All right, yes, I have to cut out those little, but we'll do this, and then we'll get that back out. Okay. All right, so what I was trying to say earlier is make sure this is positioned where you want it on the inside, pretty much center it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, because that's gonna be where you write your greeting. I could not get over the amount of scrapbook pages I came across, because I had done scrapbook club, in-person scrapbook club, a couple years in a row, and I never put pictures on them. So I'm gonna share those in a different video to inspire all of you with your scrapbooking adventures, if it's something you choose to do or like to do. It's part of your creative mantra of stuff, you know what I mean? All right, so we're gonna lay this flat on and centered on the piece of Daffodil Delight. And then we're gonna take this and make sure it's gonna cover that white piece. That's why it's so important to put this one on the inside first. It's gonna cover that white piece, and this is going to get adhered flat. So I'm going to actually put my adhesive bravely put my adhesive. Hey, Pat. It's okay. We are still on card number 1. We have 4 cards to make today. This was going to be that class I was going to offer, but now it's free. Look at that. Nothing better than free stuff, right? Yes. All right, now we're going to put these together because we have all that other stuff done. That covers when it closes. Z-fold, cute stuff, love it. All right, now we've got these, but we have to, this is an extra piece, so we're just going to set that aside. Not there, because I'll forget it's there. Okay, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Okay, now we want those tiny little elements. Let me bring this over. And let me put these in here that are free floating so I don't lose anything. That's what I need, and how wonderful that there's 2 of those as well. This is why I need to find my magnetic sheets. All right, now I feel more comfortable that I have those in there. All right, so we're gonna grab a piece of basic black scrap, which I happen to have right handy. I will be selling some stuff. I think I mentioned that. Once I get my head wrapped around what I'm keeping, what I'm not. And a lot of it is like, I have a ton of blocks. I have a lot of things that I'm not gonna end up needing, so. But I'm only gonna do it if I'm allowed. So there's that. Even though I'm no longer a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'm going to still abide by their rules. I'm not going to sell something that is not retired because that's not fair for the Stampin' Up! Community. I didn't like it when I was a demonstrator and I saw people doing that. I'm not going to do it to anybody either. So it's just not right. Okay, plus I have rules I still have to abide by. So there's that. All right, we've got this. And are you guys still with me? Because I just hit the screen of my iPad. Oh, that wouldn't affect anything because we're up here. Silly girl. Okay. So we've got these sandwiched in our embossing die cutting machine. Look how perfectly they popped right out of there. Set this back down on the floor. And get these up off of this really rough, loved whatever that's called, plate. Okay. All right, so we're gonna need these. We're gonna need our Tombow. Yes, these are created by Caffeinate Creations. That is Celine's daughter, has a business, and during her school breaks, I don't know if she's gone back to school yet, she may not have, she is able to make things such as that, so you can find those. There's also other people that create things like that as well, but I'm a huge supporter of Alexis and her endeavors. Future engineer of the world. All right, I am going to grab a glue dot because it's going to be covered. No one's going to see it. I'm going to put that glue dot on the center. If you can see right there is where that glue dot is on my vellum piece. And I'm going to grab the other one. This is going to also get a glue dot. We're going to do that with all 4 of these butterflies, and then you're going to gently, because I did rip one, you're going to gently remove them with your take your pick tool or your fingernails, whichever work for you. And that one's not centered so great. I'm going to take a vellum one first and attach it to, there, look how easy that popped off, the other layer, like so. Well, it's still adhered to my sheet here. Sometimes these glue dots are stronger than me. Sometimes not so much. Line that up. And then pull these off, and we are going to layer And we will do some, we want to layer so we're not interfering with the sentiment. And then we'll do some fluffing of them, which is really super easy, but we got to get this piece on. And this is going to, you could use your, super, thanks Cheryl. Alexis is still on break. I will share that link in the description of this video so that if you want anything, she's very creative. She's got a lot of different things that she makes. That's a lot of glue. So we're gonna have some oozing, but that's okay, it'll dry. I will share her link so that you can potentially order. She does these. I'm just gonna pull a few other things out that are filled with yummy goodness. She does the smaller version of these, which is about 4 inches by 4 1/4, and it's got all the love. I got hearts, it matches my rune. And then I have a bigger one, of course my favorite color, that has more goodies in it with my name. And this one measures 5 1/2 by 4. So a lot of fun stuff you can get. This, however, was something I got from Jennifer Cotton. So there's that. A lot of people do fun stuff with their 3D printers, and I think it's amazing. It takes a lot of engineering and knowledge of how to do all that stuff. Not something I'll ever dollop in. I can't even do box math, so there's that. Sure, it looked like you and Celine and everyone had a good time last night. I had to look twice because your hair is getting so long. You look great. Alright, so we're going to fluff up our butterflies. Alright, we got that. Close our tombow. Put that in my little... Actually, don't close my tombow. I need it. I need it. We're going to put a dot here. And I don't know if you have these... If you're able to get these, there are big fatties in here. Oh, but that got on the glue first, so the big fatty's gonna have to go somewhere else. Sorry, my terminology. Big fatty. There's that. Look at the dimension on that, and look how beautiful it is. So pretty. Something like that, you may want to protect your card if you're mailing it. And I'm gonna add one more. Another benefit to doing a Z-fold is that you can, make sure there's only one there. You can add embellishments to the inside because it looks like it's on the outside. So there is card number 1. Hope you liked that. And matter of fact, no, I didn't add wink to this one. So there's card number 1. Yay, pretty card. Card number 2 is another design cased. And cased from Marianne Cohen, Pinery Paper Crafts. I found it on YouTube. Actually, I may have found it on Pinterest and it led me there. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. This, obviously the products do most of the work for me. All right, so this is boho blue, nope, balmy blue. The same color that is in the designer series paper. And so we've got this longer Z-fold. This is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. Okay, so there's that. And we have these elements. I did not tell you the size of this. You might want that. So the 2 pieces here, let me measure them for you. Previous card 4 by 2 1/2. Okay, 2 pieces cut side by side so you have a uniform, you know. Hey Wendy, welcome. Thank you. This is probably 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to go on the inside. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh. But make sure you're using the right side because, you know, I didn't. So let me get my adhesive eraser. Hello? Hello? It's here. It's here amongst my mess. I know, don't sing, just stop. Well, I think for now, I'm just gonna grab my embossing buddy and I'll worry about it later. Since I already put, actually, can I rub it off? Maybe, with my finger. Absolutely, look at that. Sort of. Googers. Get rid of the googers. Yep, I can rub it off with my finger. It just takes a minute. And it's not very comfortable. That's one thing I love is the adhesives. There, I got it off. See, I didn't need to do anything else. Okay, the adhesives I love. They're super sticky, which means my scrapbook pages won't fall apart. All right, and I wanted to use this side with this card. So there's that. Oops. These pieces are, again, probably in sync, 5 1/4 by 2. Let's see if I cut them in the same pattern. Maybe, maybe not. I don't think so. Wow, I totally contradicted what I said. Right there. Aha! All right. Isn't that pretty with the berry burst on the backside? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. That goes there. I thought to myself, wouldn't it be fun to just travel to Raleigh and catch up with everyone and not be a part of on stage? Yeah. But I won't because I'm saving some time. We have a wedding, not my family. Well, yes, my daughter-in-law. Let me rephrase that. She is forever my daughter-in-law, getting remarried. So there's that. But going to her wedding, I'm super excited about that. So that's going to be a vacation this fall. And I am going to seriously get on top of scheduling my trip to, hopefully, Tennessee to go to Nashville. And hopefully this year. I definitely know in 2026 I'm going on Jennifer's cruise, Jennifer Cotton's cruise, which will be my first time on a cruise. So that will be very interesting. And hopefully I don't get sick. All right, so I adhered that basic white in here and from the Country Corners. And now this one is going to get dimensionals, and you have to make sure that your adhesive, which is something I forgot to point out, does not carry over to this side of that fold, because then your card's going to stick together, and well, that's really going to frustrate the person receiving it, not just them, but probably you, and they would never get the card because it would go in the recycle bin. So with that, I am going to layer my dimensionals, because this is held with dimensionals, on my card base so that I don't create that issue for myself. It's just a nice tip if you can eyeball where they're gonna go. I don't even have my garbage can close. And then you can hopefully line that up like so, and voila. And I forgot to stamp, so not voila. What is my deal? Getting all excited about trips and not paying attention. I have to peel these off because otherwise I can't stamp. You probably were yelling at me. Don't put it down yet. You have to stamp. Facts. Your dimensionals will also come right off. Thank you, Rhonda Wade, for showing me that. See all the people that have so much knowledge and share their little tips and tricks. We'll put dimensionals back on that after I stamp. Let's grab our stamp. I don't know why I feel like I need to be in a hurry. Probably because this mess behind me is yelling at me. I love the different fonts on these stamps. And of course, in case you need me, I'm here. I love that. Love it. Because yeah, I feel that. There's times I need that, and there's times I want to be that person. Well, I always want to be that person for others, even if I'm dealing with my own stuff, which I don't tend to share too often, only in behind the scenes. Okay, we still need memento. No sense airing your stuff on social media sometimes, especially when others have bigger things going on than your own self. That's what really gets me, you know. Things could be so much worse than what you might be going through, and sometimes are for others. I'd rather be empathetic to others than worrying about myself. Sometimes that's a problem though, because then you tend to not take care of yourself. You're last on your list. So it's good to be that person, but don't forget you. Don't forget about you. Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, these colors are kind of, you know, they were easy because the paper helped me pick the colors. I love that creative process. You look at the colors that are in something and you pull from those to create your projects, whatever it is. You know what was really wonderful going through my room boxes was finding all these retired ribbons and embellishments and all that stuff that now I can put back in my room and use. Yes, not that I couldn't before, but you know how life goes. All right, so there's this. We're going to put this wonderful, beautiful creature together. Nothing better than a purple butterfly, if you ask me. The mess is to my left is yelling at me, but I'm still enjoying coffee and watching you, inspiring me to be motivated today. Yay! Yay! That's what it's all about, my friends. Inspiring others. I should have my yep, you know what I'm saying. Silicone mat. Wow, words. Little dots to help me stick my butterfly down. And where there's more paper than not, because I did not use my sticker sheets. Oh, this is going to be difficult because I put glue where I didn't want to put glue. Oh, I'm really doing that in a big way today, because some of it is going to hang over. I probably only put glue, I did, in the center. And no big deal. Get that laid down. Let it stick where it's supposed to. Make sure it dries completely, because now I got glue right there. But we can turn that into something. All right. Slow your roll. Pay attention. I don't have instructions next to me. I'm just eyeballing it. All right, we'll write that away. Never even knew it was there. Okay, gems. These beautiful sequins. They are called Itty Bitty Bokeh Mix. Itty Bitty Bokeh Mix. Sounds like a drink. All right. I want to add one right here, one up here. I'd like to use the putty end. Oh, there's two attached to each other. We'll have to fix that later. Make sure that stays. I love the ones that look like, sorry if my head's in the camera, the ones that look like gears. They're so beautiful, the iridescence. And then I need one on the front, on the white. It's the bigger gear. The bigger one. And you will have a little, because there's a little hole in the center of those, you'll have some glue ooze out from that, but it's no big deal. So there is that card. And I think, did I add wink to that? Nope, I think I did wink to, oh yeah, I did, on the butterfly. Should have done that ahead of time. I think just on the purple. So let's add some wink. We can do that real quick. think my wink is getting low. I must get some wink. Okay. Now, it's just going to take me a minute to get this all colored, which I should have done in advance, but it's just going to add a little bit. I think this is getting super low. Squeeze that. Oh yeah, it's almost gone. Oh, we got a piece of something right there. So what y'all got going on today besides cleaning and crafting? And there was a question I was gonna ask and I can't remember it now. Go figure. I was like thinking before my going live, I'm like, I could ask them that question. That would create conversation. But here I am, totally focused on creating. Oh yeah, definitely. Magnetic tray. Yeah, I'm so grateful Lori got that for me. It's wonderful. Just keep it away from your electronic devices so that it's not eating up your everything you work so hard to do, because the magnetic stuff can wipe out your memory. Okay, so there's that card. A little bit of wink. Beautiful. All right, card number 3. Let's do this. Let's do this. This one I love. Oh, we almost had a catastrophe. I almost dropped stuff. There's a surprise. All right, card number 3. We're gonna do some techniques here. This is on my excuse me. This is where we're gonna emboss, and we're gonna use that awesome nail buffer to get some of that, but I did it backwards. I used the debossed versus the embossed, so it really created a whole different effect. I ran out of this shimmer paper. I then found some, and now it's put away, so I'm not even going to try and tackle that because my path is covered because I had to move stuff this morning. But this is Berry Burst, and on the inside it's got a really cool mechanism. It's a little pop-up card. So instead of wasting all that glimmer paper, I cut out the butterfly from the layer here so that I could use it on the inside of the card. And I'm going to show you how to do this. Super easy. And I stamped on designer series paper. I left this plain because it doesn't need anything with all that sparkle. Thank you for the love. Oh, putting the Christmas tree, the new Christmas tree in the bag until next year. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't, Aaliyah put her Christmas tree out in the living room. I think I shared that in the last video. But, all right, so we have, so she took her tree down the other day. We have Berry Burst, 5.5, 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So just your basic folds. Basic folds. And get your, I gotta clean my, there's a lot of cleaning I need to do to just my tools. Ugh, gross. Stamp before you adhere because, well, you know how that goes. That's why there's 2 sides to the paper. And we stamp in Berry Burst. So I need to clean off my stamp. Because it's so cold in my room, I got my heater going. My cleaning mat, whatever you call them, chamois, stays moist. Thank you. So this, you want to make sure you stamp just a little lower than the center because you have that mechanism on the inside. Oh, and you have to stamp on your little piece here. This actually measures It was measured at 3 inches, and then 3 by 1/2. So 1/2 inch, 3 inches long, and then I just cut it. Actually, it was part of that, and I cut it in half. And now I can use this piece for my other happy birthday for this card. I'm gonna have so many cards stocked up. I can actually send them out. I'm super excited. I tried to get everybody Christmas cards. I apologize if you did not. If you sent me one and I didn't get you one, I had every intention of getting them out to everybody, and I couldn't find my dress book. And then Christmas came and went, so they will be on a different mailing list for the next round of cards I send out. What am I looking for? A block. All right, now when you have your, these photopolymer, very wiggly, you can position them if you want to. I kind of just throw it on my table. This was another tip from Rachel Tessman. Throw it on my table, let it kind of sit a minute, and then grab it. And I like to practice, so why not practice on the back of this? No one's gonna see it. Make sure it's lined up straight, perfect. And we're gonna stamp that on our tag here that's gonna go on the front, like so. Okay, so we got that done. Done stamping. And now we're gonna emboss. We do have to do some die cutting. The layer I have, unfortunately, I don't have, I should say. I don't have any more. I had a piece, but it's not big enough, and it's already got stuff cut out of it. So we're just gonna find a piece of, let me see what's in this cupboard, if I can open it. I didn't look over here. Maybe there's something I can use. Oh, well, there's colors that will coordinate from this. These are the in colors. We can either we can use Bubble Bath, right? So we've got these. These are all the new in colors. Pretty in pink, not Bubble Bath. And I think this would look great with that, but so would this. I'm gonna go with this color. I think that'll look good. All right, so happy I found that. You know what's funny is I found product in my cupboard that, crazy enough, drink. Remember when we had when Stampin' Up! Had the glimmer paper that actually rubbed off? Yeah, I found some. It's in a box for people to have. I'm like, no thank you. I remember. Oh, I remember. Dawn's Stampin' Thoughts, the glitter pit. All right, I want this to be for, I have to remember, I think I wrote this down. Did I? No, I only wrote so much, and then I was like, nope, the heck with it. All right, let's measure. I think this piece, well, I don't have to measure, it's right here. This is 5 by 3 3/4, your bokeh piece. So I'm gonna cut this down too, and I like to flip it over. I know I need to be cautious with my blades. Flipping it over does help when you're cutting glimmer paper. And so 4 by 5 1/4, but it does dull your blade quicker than you really want it to be. All right, so we've got that. Bring up this wonderful machine, and what I should do is get some stamping out of the way, but we'll do this in phases too. If you have to scoot, I understand. I'm gonna keep right on going. I want that centered so that I still have that border around my card. But you can come back and watch the replay, and when I'm done here, I'm literally getting right on and uploading this to YouTube, because I won't forget, but I'll put it off and then it won't get done until tomorrow. So it's a really easy process, so I'll just go ahead and do that before I get started on my cleaning binge again. I will be happy if I can at least see my floor when I'm done today. All right, so we've cut out the larger of the butterfly, just solid. We've got this to layer, so we're not wasting a whole piece, which is so smart. And then we're going to stamp. We are going to stamp on a piece of scrap. So we've got these. This is going to get embossed, which we'll do after that. And this piece, oh look, we've already stamped the butterfly. But did I stamp it? No, I stamped it on the reverse side. So we are gonna, but you wanna make sure that I wanna make sure I'm not stamping where I already stamped, because you'll be able to see that when it's folded down. So another thing you have to be conscious of is when you're popping this up, is make sure that if you make a oops, you don't, even though I did, I stamped the back side of that. I think because I liked the way it looked on here, it showed up better here. And actually I can see that stamped image behind there. Isn't that funny? So now I know where to stamp. Stamps are not in with my dies. They keep getting moved all around. All right, I love these stamps. I love the detail of them. There's so much more I want to do with these stamps. Okay, we'll grab this block, and again, Berry Burst. I'm going to try and avoid where that is already stamped. Thankfully, I can see through it. That's because Designer Series paper is so much thinner than your other paper. So there's that. Let it soak into that paper, get into the fibers. Perfect. Fantastic. And we can set those aside. We're going to do embossing and more die cutting. So let's get these over here. If you need something to hold down your die, highly recommend the Post-it tape. If you need a link, let me know. I'm not an affiliate of Amazon as of yet. I think the more products I use from Amazon, I may inquire on how to do that, but that's where I found it. It's lasted a long time. It comes with 3 or 4 things of tape, but it helps position. It's a little off, but that's okay. It helps position where you're cutting. It holds your die down, and it's reusable for a few times. So, all right, so there's that. Embossing folder. This is one of those hybrid embossing folders, which I love. We are going to grab our bokeh piece. We're going to position this in a way that we get that really big butterfly off to the side. And so this is the debossed side, I believe. Yep, so like so. But why is it facing different? I think because I had it this way. So you just have to figure out how you want it. Doesn't really make a difference how I'm doing it. And like I said, I want it off to the right. So I just need to get those lined up where I want it. So there's that. Always go in, take these layers off. Always go in with the spine of the embossing folder first and run that through. Again, this piece of paper is 5 by 3 3/4, the Designer Series paper. And there's that. And then you have a piece of scrap here that is 1 by 5, and I'm going to grab my scoring tool, and I'm going to score that every inch. So at 1, 2, 3, 4. And this I learned from the tutorials for my graphic 45 things that I made, that I shared in a previous video. Okay, so we have this, we have these, we've got our butterfly. The reason I ended up adding a second butterfly, because this wasn't positioned in the center, so I needed to offset the fact that I didn't center that correctly, but I really like the way it looks. So there you go. All right, so we've done the embossing. Let's get some of these things adhered together, and then we'll do our other stuff. So grab our adhesive of your choice. Hopefully I won't see that happy birthday stamped on the back of that. All right, so this mechanism is very important. You are going to score at each fold. If you've never tried this before. Again, it's 5 inches and it's scored at every inch. Hey, Robin. Hello, hello, my friends. And we are going to add Tombow, because this is really important in this project for this mechanism, this little thing. We're gonna add that, fold those 2 squares over. If it leaks, just let that dry. And while that's drying, we will do some other stuff. So we need to pull out our piece of paper that we embossed. See, now the back side of this is the embossed layer, and because this is white core paper, which is super cool, you can do that technique to the front, to this side, and you'll get that embossed section that is white. But I loved the fact that, and you can see that it already turned white a little bit where it's embossed. If you want your embossed piece to not do that with white core paper, spritz it with water a little bit so that it doesn't, hopefully it prevents it because it's a little bit damp, and hopefully it prevents that from showing. But I'm totally going for that look. Let's grab our fun tool. These are very inexpensive on Amazon, and I think you get a pack of either 10 or 20. You just are creating just a tint of white accent from that white core, and do it all over so you can see those dots. Get all those butterflies. It does, you know, it's to your liking. You can go crazy or you don't have to. But I want to see those dots as well, so to make those pop. But that is pretty much it. There you go. Super simple. You got the bokeh effect in the background. You've got the white accent. This is going to adhere to this piece here. And what I'm going to do first is put this on the front cover. And then I'll adhere this because obviously you have all this space in between, and I'm going to end up putting adhesive there and it's going to be all over me. So I'm going to get this layered to the front of my card. I'm just going to go around the border of the card. And again, this is glimmer paper. You can use whatever color glimmer paper or foil or whatever you want. Can you imagine that on foil? I bet that's gorgeous. I remember we learned a chrome technique from Jen Rios Rayner. I'll have to learn that again because I think that would be a super cool. I think actually I think I did it with those. There was a set that had what was it? Was it a motorcycle set or a tool set, and it had gears? Yeah, I found a scrapbook page with that too. All right, now I want to adhere this. Now the best way to adhere this designer series paper or any layer on glimmer paper is to use your tear and tape, because glimmer paper, it's, you know, the texture of it, it makes it very difficult. However, I believe that I used Tombow because it's embossed and I like my Tombow to get into all those nooks and crannies. So I'm just going to add Tombow to all of that. And worst case scenario, it's going to stick really well in the center because, and yes, I'm crazy with my Tombow. I need to get better with that. But I also need this to stick. So Stamp and Create with Beth, thank you for being here. Are you the one that reached out to me? I don't care how you join my group, if it's your page, your own stuff. If you reached out to me and asked if I meant to invite you with your page, I have no issues. If you want to be here and then people follow you as well, yay, I'm excited for that. So if that was you that messaged me and I didn't respond, thanks for being here and I appreciate you so much. Where are you from, Beth? All right, so there's that. Yes, it was a car stamp set with the, yes, I still have those. Loved the gear dies, me too. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, so I'm glad we're finally connecting. Sorry I did not respond. I wasn't sure, and I'm just glad you're here. So thank you. Thank you for accepting the invite. Hopefully I can inspire you, and following you, you will inspire me. I look forward to seeing all your creations. Okay, now we have this mechanism that is in the shape of a box. I don't want to see the seam, so the seam is going to be lined up with the, you don't want to glue it to the score mark. You want to make sure it is glued to just below that. So I'm going to add some adhesive to this area with my Tombow. Oh, Ohio, that's not that far from upstate New York. I like to venture out to, I don't know how close you are to Erie, but I like to venture out to Salamanca sometimes and go to the casino. I know that's close to Erie and all that. Yes, it is. Definitely. Love that. So there, we've adhered to that little piece too. Make sure I did that right. Yep, so now we have the square mechanism. Now, if you don't want it to be that far off from the card base or the insert inside of the card, you can decrease this to score at a different size. I just did a square because it was easier for me. I didn't want to do all that math again. So now that we have that, we want to adhere. Now you're not going to be able to fold this all the way once that mechanism is there. You're not going to be able to fold it all the way back. So if you plan on, I mean, you can still sign this and all that. We are going to add this here, and I did that with just a little bit, oops, I thought the top was still on there. Just a little bit of, I got to turn my heater off. Hot flash and heater do not do well together. As I was saying earlier, I'm starting to get hot flashes again. I don't understand that. But so we're going to adhere our butterfly to, you want to make sure it's going to fold too, so you want to leave a little space down here like so. Oh, got you. Got ya. Now this, it's still going to look good. I am going to add just these two wings, hopefully, to the glittered, I was just going to say squirrel as the squirrel goes by again, to the side of this butterfly. Like, the sky's the limit. Make it your own if you want to add more butterflies. So there's that. Okay, so we can close this. Now we'll add, it is a little bulky, so mailing may require. Yes, I thought that's where Damien was. That's cool. You could look her up when you're in the area visiting Damien. That's super cool. I wish I could get my hands on Damien's food he makes. Oh my goodness. He needs to ship to my house. The food looks so good. All right, so there's that. Fun stuff. Let's put some fun gems on this. We have one more card after this, and it looks like a monarch butterfly. All right, so we're going to add just the big thick ones. So I'm going to put one here. Doesn't take a lot of Tombow to add these to your card. You just need to fish through and get one of those big ones. Make sure I don't have all those. And there are two different sizes of these really bulky gems. There, now we got it. There's small, there's a smaller size too. The key is to get it to come off the putty end of your, take your pick tool once you get it on there. This one, these were the two that were stuck together. It's a little, with my nails, a little tricky to get them where I want them. I think I need to, and it's okay if there's glue outside of the gem, it will dry clear. I had that happen here and you can't really tell. What else? I need one more. There's a tiny one. We'll use that one. We'll put that right there. Where'd it go? Right there. It's got the little gear-shaped one attached to it. That's the hardest part with these little gems. But you can see there's two different sizes once I get it on here. So there's that. We have this super fun fold. Oh, I forgot something. It won't move if you don't put glue on this end, right? Right. So make sure you're gluing that to the other side of your card. You just add that glue, close your flap. Let it dry for a minute. And there you go, my friends. You have this beautiful card. I really like it with the white, but it looks great with the pretty and pink as well. There you go. Fun stuff. Love, love. All right, that's card number 3. And then we will revisit them at the end. And this is card number 4. Oh, the organization I have today is, don't get used to it. Hey Celine from Brian's phone. Hello, hello, my friend. Hello to the fam. This is the next card. It's a different kind of Z-fold. It would usually be this way, but I did it this way. Very simple, very elegant. Love it. So we have this to cut our butterfly, and this is also going to cut the body part, which we're going to add some wink to, which I need to order more wink. So these are scraps, so you just have to make sure they're big enough to die cut your images out of. These pieces again are 5 and a quarter by 1 7/8. Honestly, I think that's what it was on the last card. I may have given you the wrong measurements. 5 and a quarter by 1 7/8, 5 and a quarter by 1 7/8, and 4 by 5 and a quarter. Okay, so this is going to go on, and of course the card base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 2 3/4 and 5.5. Okay, so we want this side for this side of the card. Make sure I got it right the right way. So we're going to add that. There's so much potential with this, these products. I love them. We're going to stamp hello, or whatever sentiment you choose to stamp. I love the cursive font. Nobody writes in cursive anymore. You send this to someone who doesn't know cursive, they're not even going to know what the word says. Just kidding. Not really, but. Hey, Xana. Hello. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the love. Xana, it's good to see you. I'm getting back on my schedule. I know it's like super late for you, isn't it? What time is it for you, my friend, over there in the UK? It's got to be like 1 o'clock in the morning, right? I love that you join me over here. I love that everybody joins me over here. This is going to get layered on the inside, flush to that background. And if you wanted to maximize your paper, you could totally you know, trim this so you don't have to use a full piece, but I thought about that after the fact, after I had designed, but that's okay. You can learn how to revamp these designs if you choose to replicate them the best way that suits your needs. Oh, ink on the finger, smudged. That's why we love our sand erasers. Another product you can find on Amazon. And as I said, I am not an affiliate of Amazon. My friend Celine is. So if she has these in her little selection of stuff, which I'm sure she does, you can seek her out and get her affiliate link to Amazon. I probably could share it right here. I may have done it already. I think someone else did in my last video. So take a look. And Gail Kostler was the one that won the bone folder. It's sitting here for me to get to her. I didn't see if I put those on right. Wouldn't that be ideal if I did? But I didn't. I think they were supposed to go. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's 15. $15.20. Gotcha. The time, military time. Okay, there's that. Now we're going to do some die cutting. We've got our stamping done, papers assembled. Die cut this, this, and our large doodad. But we need to do that offside here so that we're not interfering with our butterfly. We can't do it on the inside of the butterfly. We might have to run this through twice. So let's grab our machine, get the right layers, handy dandy. All right, so we are going to tilt this, hopefully, a little to fit. You know, I put it, it's under here, right? It's over here. That can go there, I hope. It's like sticking, like static, like magnetic. Stop. It keeps veering to, my hands are shaky. Okay, you want to be disgruntled? There you go, tape for you. No soup for you. Anyone watch Seinfeld? Soup Nazi? Oh my gosh, great show. One of the best episodes was when Elaine was dancing. I'm gonna run this through again, just that. Yeah, the color is Calypso Coral, just so you know, because that coordinates with the, oh, things are falling. Oh my goodness. All right, pause for a moment. The heater is making me sweat. Phew. I love that thing though. I was going to say something completely inappropriate, but I might say it anyway. Not like too inappropriate, but some of the best things that come out of relationships. Someone I dated after Brett passed, excuse me, are the things you collect along the way. And that heater's one of them. Sorry, not sorry. Not sorry. It was a nice gesture. And I love it. So, there's that. Moving on to better things. I don't know how to block people from YouTube. I need to learn that, because that's going to go on YouTube. And, well, there's that. Guess I better figure that out. Oh. Craziness. All right. Now I need take your pick tool to poke out these things and put that there. Make sure all the little bits come out. I have trouble with this little piece right here, so I have to try and get my nails in there to get it out. So there's that. And so we have our big, our details, kind of looking monarchy, right? And we are going to, my silicone mat was here and then I moved it. It's okay. I gotta give this, my glass mat, a good cleaning anyway. Everything's on pause until I get this room cleaned. I can't wait to share pictures. I've got almost one entire cabinet, so it's not like you can see progress, but my cabinet is almost fully organized, one of them anyway, and that holds all my scrapbooking stuff and some of my cardstock and a lot of my stash of designer series paper from Stampin' Up. I can't believe the stuff I still have. And I know there's more out in my bedroom in boxes, so because you can only store so much in a craft room, right? I almost would love to get my studio done. It seems kind of silly to utilize that for stamping when it would just be me out there. So, okay, we've got that. Kind of accidentally bent his wings. For his, I don't know if there's a way to decipher on this image, but we are going to put, this is going to be our halfway mark. We're going to put dimensionals on this beautiful monarch butterfly on the top half. And that is what's going to stick to the, that's nice. That's going to serve a real great purpose when it's just the backing to the dimensional. So there's that. And I think I even stuck down, no I didn't, I thought I did on the antennas, but I didn't. All right, we got all these backings off. So this half mark, where that crease is in between the leaves, the wings of the butterfly, is going to be where I put this, center it, and center the crease of that fold, so that I know no adhesive is going to be showing underneath that, okay, interfering with this card closing. So now there's no words on the outside. We're just enjoying the beauty of this butterfly. And we are going to take this and we're going to add wink to it. So let's do that now. All right, I need to make a list of things I need. We got some wink. We're going to add wink to this beautiful butterfly's body. Remember when I was first using this set and playing with it in one of my videos to show you, oh my gosh, look at this. We were trying to figure out how to get this piece on there and make it look like it belonged. Well, it does belong there. And now we're going to add some Tombow. I know, right? I hear you, Xana. You forget what you have. That's why we don't clean so often, because then you end up playing instead of cleaning. Because you find all the good things. Oh, got a little carried away. Let's tack that down again. So those will line up in the antennas. The body will line up. That'll dry clear. That's why we love Tombow. I never thought in a million years I would ever say that. When I first started my journey, I didn't love Tombow and it didn't love me. We're going to open this up so it's easier to adhere those beautiful sequins or whatnot. But yes, Tombow has become a fun element to use. And if I get sticky fingers, I get sticky fingers. They're either inky or sticky. I almost said stinky. That's not what I meant though. Again, remember these will dry clear. It's hard to get them off. The little bitty ones I would rather save for like a shaker card or some shaker mechanism type thing. Ugh, there's one under there, but we're gonna have to figure that out. There we go. And one more. I need to get some more. You have to be careful and look at the back side to make sure nothing's stuck to it. They got that whole static thing going on. All right, like I said, that's gonna dry clear. Doesn't matter that it looks like a hot mess right now. It's gonna dry clear and it's gonna look great. So there is. Oh, I stuck them there instead of down here. Well, now we need more, right? What was I thinking? So don't close that card, right? We'll add two more over here. Again, you guys are probably yelling at me saying, no, 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 don't put it there. All good. There's a little one. Can I get it? Yes. Once your fingers become sticky, it becomes very difficult. It's there. It's just buried in the glue. So I'll show you this one without the mistakes. But still, more bling is good. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes more is more. It's your choice. It's your creation. Love the stuff you do. All right. We'll leave this one here. Let that dry. We'll bring in samples that we made today. Actually, I'll bring in the original. Oh, I like that with the pink. Set that aside. We've got that one. And we've got this one. So hopefully you enjoyed this class that was supposed to be my my Stamp-A-Stack. And now you have measurements and all that fun stuff, and you can use this at your leisure to create mini cards for many occasions. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let's flip the camera around, and I'm going to be doing an impromptu video this week sharing all those blank pages that I have that I found scrapbooking, and most of them were done with paper pumpkin kits. So that's really super exciting to share. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Great to meet new people here. Be sure to follow and all that good stuff. I know that you're here now, Beth, and I'm super excited that you've joined our creative community. I hope I bring you inspiration, and there's others here that you can follow as well that are very creative and love sharing and being a part of an amazing community of crafters. So I was doing some homework on how to do some fun techniques for my junk journaling. So we are going to dabble in that very soon. That is my next adventure as I continue to share cards and creative inspiration with each and every one of you. Let's flip this camera now that you got a good eye view of those. I will share photos of these projects as well as soon as I get my camera back out, which has been forever. So I'm gonna get my hands on my camera again and take some pictures and get those uploaded for all of you to see and have these as reference since you watched the video, and you can have all the measurements. If there's something I skipped and didn't give you the measurements on, please reach out to me, because I want you to be able to make these if you with your stash or with whatever you have. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love, the friendship, and the support, and seeing you guys every Sunday. So many Stampin' blessings. Enjoy the rest of your day. I don't know what it's going to bring for you, but I hope it's wonderful. Whether it's Sunday football, crafting, cleaning those craft rooms. We all should compare notes. The hardest part of cleaning a craft room is needing organizational things to put your stuff in. I read somewhere that if you need stuff to organize your craft room, then you have too much stuff. I think not. On that note, yes, please, Anna. Yes, you do. And we need to touch base. I need to know if you're going to Jennifer's thing in 2026. We'll touch base in private message. So, all right, everyone, have a blessed Sunday. Enjoy the week ahead. And it looks like I'll be doing my Tuesday Creativity Made Easy over on YouTube, and that will be at 7 p.m. I will see you then. Bye for now. Love you all.